I always strive to cook. I mean, I always cook the very best that I can cook. I always am hoping that I'm cooking these people a memorable meal. I hope that it's a meal that will stay in their memory for a very long time because it's just that good. Fast food has made our nation fat, first and foremost. The percentages of childhood obesity and childhood diabetes are just off the charts. The ingredients in this fast food, like in the french fries and such, it's addictive. It makes you want more of it. Just those fatty, salty flavors, it actually morphs your taste buds and your body into wanting more of that fat and sodium. When you eat fast food and when you just eat processed food, your taste buds, they're less refined. They're just craving just that salt and the fat. They aren't looking for any layers, any depths, herbs. The real taste of food, the realness of the taste of fresh picked tomatoes or basil straight off of the plant. And when all one's taste buds are looking for is fat and salt, then there's a lack of appreciation for pure food. When I was in culinary school and doing my internship, I worked at a very fine dining restaurant. We did really high quality stuff. We made our own breads and ice creams and everything. And working there, I had started at another restaurant and I didn't like the way they were doing things, that they were using sauce packages and such. And I was like, that's not cooking. And so I got changed over to a different restaurant, and it was there at that particular restaurant where I realized that this is, I guess I even knew before that, being that I wanted to change restaurants, but it really just reinforced the idea that I want to do high quality food. I want everything I do to be made from scratch, and if I'm not necessarily making my own bread, then I want to know the baker who is making it, and I want to know the ingredients he's using. Again, I want to know where my food's coming from. And so actually all of that was reinforced in my internship, and so that's just carried along with me since then to now, to where I am now. It's morphed some. It's gotten more pure. It's gotten more organic now, in that I want to use foods more in their purest form, but I want to do it all myself. For a long time, my dream has been to have kind of a deli or a lunch spot or something, and so we've been talking about the alternatives of how we can do that and have the freedom to do it the way that we want to do it. And anyway, we're just driving along some back road in Alabama, and in Lillian, Alabama, we happened upon this Airstream on the side of the road, and so we turned around and we came back and looked at it and called the number on it, and the lady, she lived right up the road, and she came over there and she showed it to us, and well, we bought it that day. And then getting it home, that was a whole nother ball game. Because the tail lights didn't work. We didn't feel comfortable driving it the rest of the way home, and we were afraid that someone was gonna just steal it because we didn't have a way to lock the hitch or anything, and we ended up just sleeping in it in like a Winn-Dixie parking lot or something. It was cold too. So pretty much immediately Sean and I started gutting it. He came home one day with his and her crowbars so that we could work together on gutting it, and that was interesting because it's a 1969 Airstream. They really love to use those rivets, so that was a workout. But anyway, we completely and totally gutted it, and then started restoring it and converting it into a commercial kitchen. And I give the credit, Sean did all of that work, but he's been able to customize it just the way that we wanted it, and with my butcher block countertops, and it's been really fun picking things out. A lot of what I do definitely is rooted in my Southern heritage, but also growing up on the Gulf Coast as well. I work a lot with seafood, and that comes into play as well. So I just I have a twist that I do on my Southern cooking. So I'd say Southern Gulf Coast maybe is a good way to describe my cooking technique. What I do is a whole lot of work. It's strenuous on the body. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a whole lot of attention to detail. I have lists everywhere. It's fast-paced, but when it's all said and done, and I see the smiles on the client's face, then I have a smile on my face. It's just it's a very, very deep satisfaction that it gives me, and it's all worth having sore feet and hands the next morning. I'm Jamie Dietrich, and I'm the owner and chef of Dietrichs Cafe. We operate out of a 1969 Airstream trailer, and we serve fine traditional Southern cuisine.